Hello, truth seekers. Welcome to Cruise TV, your #1 YouTube channel that provides you with facts, with zero to very minimal errors. Truth seekers, have you ever thought about who you are? What do you stand for? I'm not talking about your life roles or your social identity. You can be a friend, brother, sister, employee, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, father, mother, and son, daughter all at the same time. But these are just an aspect of you. They don't represent who you fundamentally are on the inside. Your inner self is who you really are on the inside. To know your inner self is to know your purpose, values, vision, goals, motivations, and beliefs. Not what you have been told by others, but what you have discovered for yourself. Knowing your inner self requires a high level of introspection and self-awareness. If you have clarity of at least half of what is listed above, you probably have quite a high level of self-awareness. At the same time, the process of self-discovery never ends, it's a lifelong journey. When we are not connected to our soul, we may experience some external physical signals our body sends us: anxieties, discomfort, depression, fear. And when we realize our disconnection, we don't have to ask ourselves why we are feeling this. We need to try to understand what we are doing that causes us stress and what we can do to regain our inner connection. Truth seekers, here are ways to reconnect with yourself. 1. Realize you are not in a good place and accept it. Your inner self loves you fully and unconditionally, and it doesn't matter for how long you've been disconnected from that self, it's always there for you. Your inner soul isn't the place of judgment, it's a place of unconditional love and acceptance, and you can always go to that place in yourself. 2. Tune out the noise of daily life. Stop distracting yourself with your phone and the overall amount of information, and create a quiet space to be with yourself. If you are more disciplined, just make the decision to avoid phone distraction and set the intention. If you need a little help, engage with someone who can make you accountable. 3. Create systems. Create daily rituals, build the mindset, and be consistent with your daily healthy habits. This is what can change your life. 4. Read Letting Go. This book by David R. Hawkins, and will help you align with your inner self. 5. Meditate. Meditation will make you feel healthy, fulfilled, and aligned with your body. Mimi suggests Anapana meditation, known as mindfulness of breathing. You have to sit still, breathe, let go of your thoughts and just be there with yourself. 6. Do restorative yoga. Restorative yoga is a practice that is all about slowing down and opening your body through passive stretching. Slow movements can shift something inside you and open up your soul. 7. Spend time in nature. Nature, especially the wild, is so restorative. Today we forget that we are part of this earth, and we need to connect to it physically. 8. Journal and release your emotions. Through journaling, you can get the answers, listen to yourself, and write down messages you hear in the subconscious mind. 9. Listen to your intuition. 10. Be honest with yourself. Gain awareness and understanding. Do this on a daily basis. Don't leave these calming, soothing, reconnecting routines for special occasions. Anything is better than nothing. Truth seekers, let us know in the comment section how you plan to implement this on a daily basis if you don't, and if you do, share your experiences with us. Trying to uncover your inner self can be a tricky process. For one, you hold multiple identities in your life, each with its own set of socially defined values and expectations. They may not fully conform to who you are on the inside. For example, let's say you are an employee of a car company. As an employee, your mission should be congruent with whatever your company's mission is, say to improve people's lives through better transportation. Your goals should also be in line with the company's, say to increase the company's sales by 20% in 1 year and expand its regional presence. However, as a person, you have other goals and dreams which differ from your company's. Perhaps you love volleyball. Your ideal vision is to be an internationally acclaimed volleyball player and to become a highly sought-after volleyball coach, training national teams. That's very different from what's expected of you as an employee of a car company. This applies to your other identities too. For every identity, you are expected to have a set of purpose, values, vision, beliefs which may not be exactly the same as your inner self's purpose, values, vision, beliefs. Because everyone is unique, your inner self can't be boxed in by anyone's identity or label. I'm a coach to my coachees, a daughter to my parents, a sister to my brother, a friend to my friends, a blogger to my readers, and a trainer to my workshop attendees, but I'm more than just that. These are just roles and titles. None of the roles by themselves accurately pinpoint who I am. The inner me is someone who cannot be defined by any one label. A good analogy to use would be the sunflower. Your inner self is like the head of the sunflower, the center part where petals are attached to. Your identities are like the petals around your inner self. While the petals are extensions of the head, they are not the head. Similarly, your identities are extensions of yourself, but they do not represent who you are whole. If you have never given much thought to who you are on the inside, it is likely that you have become defined by your identities. It is common for people to see themselves as a certain role, such as a friend, partner, employee, or son, daughter. Some spend their whole lives building themselves around such identities. Take those identities away, and they get lost because they have little awareness of who they are on the inside. These people are not able to articulate their own vision, goals, and beliefs beyond what's imposed by their identities. For example, someone who is entrenched in his identity as a son sees his entire existence as a son. He will act in accordance with what's best for his parents. He will spend a lot of time with his parents, do things for them, and forsake other things in his life if it's needed to make his parents happy. When it comes to making important decisions, such as pertaining to his career or life partner, he makes sure that his parents approve before he takes any action. His parents are the central focus of his life. However, his real self is more than just being a son to his parents. If or rather when his parents exit from his life, he will be in a state of total loss. His life will start spiraling out of control since the anchor he has been building his life on is gone. It's like when the head of the sunflower disappears, all the petals will scatter away since there is nothing to hold them together. When you become overly attached to any one of your identities, you run into the risk of an identity crisis when that particular role is removed. That's why it's important to find your inner self. You are the owner of your life. If you are not connected with who you really are, you are probably just living your life for others. Pursuing others' goals and living up to others' expectations, rather than what you really want. To know your inner self is the first step of living a conscious life of your creation. When you're trying to tame depression, it sometimes helps to turn your attention inward. Even if you're already getting treatment with medicine and therapy, tending to your inner self can lift your spirit and help you better manage your feelings. Everything from meditation to just plain having fun can be part of the plan. But remember, it's best to start small. Pick one thing that feels right for you and make a habit of it. Over time, it'll add up to bigger changes. Truth seekers, the idea behind mindfulness is that you put away the worry about the tense meeting you just had or looming deadlines. You don't stress or even dream about the future or the past. You're just right here, right now. You simply watch your thoughts and notice the feelings on your body, all without judgment. It can be as basic as noticing the feel of your shirt against your skin, or the burst of flavor when you bite into your lunch. Activities like meditation, yoga, and Tai Chi help you step back from the constant thoughts that run through your mind. That turns out to be a powerful way to change your outlook on life and gain more control over the ups and downs. Mindfulness works best when you set aside time to practice each day. If your life feels jam-packed with work and home chores, it can be hard to remember you even have an inner self. See if you can slow it down. Cut out what you can, especially when you're feeling low. Sometimes, you just need to tell yourself that it's okay to do less. As mentioned in the beginning, knowing your inner self comes from being self-aware. Even if you do not have full clarity of your inner self, it is likely that certain aspects of him, her are already exhibited on a day-to-day basis through how you act. For example, if you find yourself often extolling the importance of filial piety, responsibility is likely one of your values. If you feel a compelling need to always be there for your friends, reliability is probably an important value to you. It is perfectly okay if you don't know your inner self. Discovering and unraveling it is a lifelong process. If I use myself as an example, the 10-year-old Seals definitely wasn't as self-aware as the 25-year-old Seals or 35-year-old Seals. When I was in primary and secondary school, I didn't really know who I was or what I stood for. I don't think anybody at that age does actually. Everyone was just focused on doing what they were told. There wasn't much introspection or self-awareness going on. We were never asked to think about who we were, what we thought, or who we wanted to be. While we had our own personalities, they were hazy at best. Truth seekers, let's try an exercise to discover your inner self. Start off by removing all the different identities that you have been layered with throughout your life. This means stop thinking about yourself as a brother, a colleague, a friend, a partner, or whatever identity you commonly associate yourself with. Think about yourself as just yourself. Truth seekers, with a pen and paper, start writing whatever comes to mind as you read the questions below. 1. What is your life purpose? What purpose do you see yourself standing for? What is your vision for yourself, independent of anyone else? What goals and dreams do you have for yourself for the next 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, or even 10 years? 3. What are your motivations in life? What gets you going, day after day? What will you fight for? What do you feel passionate about? 4. What are your values? What qualities are important to you? 5. What are your beliefs about the world? If this is the first time you are doing such an exercise, you will probably get into a bit of a jam. Some of your answers may come from one of your social identities. If you are very family-centric, you may find your answers wholly centered around caring for your family. It's totally fine to have such an answer, but at the same time, it should not be your only answer, because you are more than your family. Start thinking beyond your family. What is your vision for yourself, outside of the family? What are your personal motivations in life? Don't worry if you have difficulty writing the answers. Even if you draw up a blank, there is a real you that lies beneath your social identities, waiting to be uncovered. Again, truth seekers, here are some steps that we found useful in uncovering our inner self. 1. Continuously learning and growing. 2. Digging into my blind spots. 3. Putting myself in unknown situations to spike my learning curve. 4. Constant self-questioning. 5. Looking beyond what I've been told to discover what I want for myself. 6. Listening to my gut feeling. By doing this exercise, you have triggered the search process to discover the real you. You will start to become more aware of your thoughts and actions. Soon, you will get an impression of your inner self, separate from your social identities. Eventually, you will reach a stage where you have strong clarity of who you are as a person. As you uncover more of your inner self, you may find that some of your real-life identities do not match your inner self. There's a conflict between who you are and who you are expected to be. If so, that's fine. It's a first step to discover who you are. The next step is to live in alignment with your inner self, as best as you can, within the context of the situation. At the same time, start to make long-term plans to ultimately live in alignment with your true self. Truth seekers, remember that your inner self brings you more clarity, inner security, and stability. It's your inner compass. When you are connected with your inner self, you live a more harmonious and fulfilling life.